Hey y'all, we are going to open a polish pickup swatch package tonight. I have 8 different brands in here to show off their fabulous items. Everything in here was sent to me by these brands to swatch. These lives are my own doing. I've never asked to do these lives. Y'all know my thoughts are my own. Getting that out here for YouTube purposes. Let me get this sent into our broadcasting group so everyone in there knows we're live. And then we will start pulling stuff out of this package. Hello, Mandy. How are you doing? Hello, Maria. Hi, Laura. It's been a while since we've been live, y'all. The way deadlines and swatches and launches and all that happens, it just kind of works out for me, at least lately, that we're busy at, midpoint to the very beginning of the next month. And then I get this weird week where I don't have swatches to do. I don't have lives to do. And it kind of gives me a time to just break and relax and do my own thing. So it's weird to not see y'all for a few days, but at the same time, it's kind of a nice little breather for me. So I'm glad that we're back at it. I'm happy that we're going to be doing this. Like I said, we have 8 brands in here tonight. I'm very, very excited to get into these. Polish Pickup's theme for the month of May is vending machines. So all this is vending machine inspired items. Wishlisting, I believe, starts on the 26th of April. I'm pretty sure it's the Sunday before, or it's the Monday before. I never ever remember that, but I'm 90% sure, y'all, that it is the 26th. And then the pre-order sale will go May 1st through the 4th. Hello, Frida. Mandy says, hi, so glad to see you. I'm so glad to be back, y'all. Like I said, it is nice to have that little bit of a break and a breather, but I do miss doing these and chatting with y'all, and it feels really weird sometimes to be like, oh, I haven't had a live in a week, so... Frida says, you look so cute. Thank you. I'm just working at home today. So I actually thrifted this shirt this weekend. It's really stretchy and comfortable. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's athletic material even. So it's just nice and comfy. And I've just been working at home today. Y'all, it's been weird. I haven't had swatches the last few days. Kevin every day is oh, it's going to rain. You're going to have a hard time taking pictures. I'm I don't have any pictures to take. So yes. Okay, let's get into this. I think that's kind of our start. Has anyone had anything? Do you have anything you want to chat about? Is anything happened to you in the last week? Anything big news, exciting news, scary news? Anything you want to share? As far as myself goes, oh, I fell out of my chair the other day. That was fun. Literally, this chair. I was sitting this way. I leaned to get something, and I guess I leaned too far. Chair came out from behind me. I fell. I thought I recovered 3 times. You know when you drop something but you manage to catch it and you're oh. Yeah, that was me in the chair. I fell between the desk, the chair, and the polish wall. I have this wonderful bruise that is now starting to turn a little green. And then I had one on this elbow that wasn't as bad. But y'all, I hit my bottom so hard. I have the biggest bruise of my life. It looks like a car accident happened. I don't even know. That probably was the least painful of the experience. But it's bad. Poor Waffles got terrified. He ran out of the room and wouldn't come back in for the rest of the day. It was a thing. And Kevin wasn't home, so at least he didn't hear it happen. I did have to text him I'm gonna have some bruises when you come home. But yeah, it was something. So I think that is my news, something that happened since I've seen y'all. Laura says, my mom and dad finally planned a trip to visit. Yay, I'm so excited. They can stay in their new spare room at your house with that gorgeous, gorgeous floor. Hello, Sandy. How are we doing tonight? Yes, if y'all had anything else you want to chat about, I missed you. It feels so weird. Like I said, it's nice to get that little break, but it is weird to not chat with y'all. So let's open some things while we chat too. So y'all know how it is. We pull things out, we open them, we self-describe if you're new here. And then when I flip the camera around, we'll read official descriptions. I do have descriptions for everything except, well, technically I have descriptions. I'm missing the price and a cap for one polish. But otherwise, I have everything tonight, which is exciting. Laura said, your news is not great. LOL, glad it wasn't too bad. Yeah, and honestly, it still looks really bad, but it doesn't hurt as bad. The first day, sitting, moving, as long as I positioned myself wasn't too bad. But then the new Jeep doesn't have runners yet. So I literally, because I'm a little short, I literally have to slide out of the Jeep over the side of the seat. That was not fun. But what it could be way worse. Like I didn't break anything or, you know, which really surprised me. The chair, I don't know, can I spin far enough? I don't think so. The chair has like a big gash out of the side of it because it hit the polish wall, and that was so loud. I was convinced that the rack it hit would be broken and polish would be broken, and nothing broke or anything. Like not me, not the chair, nothing was broken. So it was just very loud and a little bit scary. And y'all, I'm telling you, like the bruise on my butt is like probably that big, and it is purple. Like it's so bad. Hello nude snails, welcome. Okay, the first thing I opened, because y'all know we chat and I get distracted, is in my Sour Era from 1422 Designs, and it does have a big old giant magnetic label on it, which I love having these cap labels so I don't have to look, I don't have to think. It's just straight up wear a magnet in your face. So let's grab our magnet, but it does look like a purpley pinky shimmer base, and then obviously we have reflective glitter in here too. And then if we put our magnet on here, I don't know why I did that so awkward. I guess not a practice, y'all. Oh, we got the mix and ball real bad. Ooh, okay. So it turned into this like raspberry base with a gorgeous purple line. Again, mix and ball's always in the way. And then because we're reflective, let me put that flash on. Ooh, look at the sparkles in that too. Hello, Always Polished Life. Welcome. Oh, this is really pretty. This is very like jammy. Also, y'all, lately I've been so obsessed with everything matching my hair, and you can't tell me that this does not match my hair perfectly. Super pretty. What's next? We have Ribbits. Ooh, very sparkly. Look at all the reflective glitter in that. This is called Lacquer, and it has an Orbit gum package on there. So obviously we're Orbit inspired. Does anybody remember that commercial? I feel like we all remember that commercial. Me and my sister used to literally call each other Lint Lickers and Cootie Queens all the time. And if you just popped in, you're like, what just happened? Hey, Jay, I always butcher your name too. Okay, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna go for the government name, Jeanette or Janet. We did that last time too, didn't we? I'm pretty sure it's Janet. Hello, Laura said, I'm gonna lose it if this is Sour Patch Kid inspired. I have a purple. Oh, the 1422 in my Sour Era. It is Sour Patch Kid inspired. I did see that on the info sheet when I was like making out my paper. Hello, Chrissy Loves. It is, yes, the 1422 is Sour Patch Kids. And like I said, the Ribbits is Orbit inspired. And it is a really pretty blue base. I think I see a little bit of purple glitter in there. It's got a blue purple shimmer. You can see it glowing, and then definitely reflective glitters in here. Chrissy says, hi y'all. Friends is so obsessed you decided your butt had to match. Right, y'all? I'm telling you, it was bad. It was really bad. I actually sent a picture to my sister, and I was like, girl, you ain't gonna believe what happened. Like she fell off a stool recently, hanging something, like her foot went through a stool and she twisted her ankle, and I was like, well, guess who fell out of a chair? Yeah, so we're a mess. So, okay. Let me get the flash on this reflective, because obviously we have some beautiful silver reflective glitter in here. And I think maybe some purple reflective too. I definitely feel like there's more than just the silver in here. Oh, it's so sparkly, y'all. Absolutely beautiful. Also, like I said, there's the Orbit on the bottom, the picture of the Orbit gum, and I feel like this totally matches that packaging. Again, if y'all remember Orbit gum, or maybe you still chew Orbit gum, I know it's still around. Oh, info sheets, that would be helpful to pull out. Laura says, stop, so cute, right? Yeah, it is, good Lord, my brain stopped. Sour Patch inspired. So, all right, next we have a Glisten and Glow. This is Nerd Clusters. So we are Nerd Cluster inspired, which y'all, I love Nerd Gummy Clusters. I have to be really careful, because if I like have a bag of them, I'll eat the whole bag. I have to limit myself. Or like for Easter, we went on that adult Easter egg hunt, and we got like little ones, and that's a good amount. That's like 10 of them, and I can like just have those. I try to be slow and eat them one at a time, and yeah, but I love Nerd Gummy Clusters. So this is a pink base, and it's got a rainbow of different sized and shaped glitters in here. I bet this is going to be UV reactive as well. Very pretty. definitely see the inspiration here. Also, y'all, what would you pick for a vending machine inspo? Like, I feel like I would go with like some sort of chips. I don't know. We have a vending machine at work, and I'm trying to like picture in my head like what we sell in the vending machine. Because for the most part, it's pretty basic. It's a lot of chips, cookies, candy bars. We do beef jerky in it. That sells really well. We have a Glisten and Glow's top coat. Their famous quick dry shiny top coat will be available. The price on this, I believe, is, yes, $10.50. There's no cap on the top coat. Their top coat's absolutely amazing. This is the top coat I reach for if I don't have the brand's matching top coat. Absolutely fantastic. Laura says, I used to have a nerd problem, but they hurt my teeth now. Aw, well, that's no fun, Laura. I'm sorry they hurt your teeth now. I'm trying to think what else. We have Rice Krispies in it. We have Oreos. I'm trying to think of what all we put in the vending machine. I had Pocky Sticks for a while. They don't sell as great as they used to. Yeah, I can't think what else is in there. Frida says, oh, is this PPU? Yes, this is PPU May, so it's vending machine inspired items. Wishlisting, I believe, starts April 26th. The sale pre-order will be May 1st through 4th. Hello, Zach. Hello, Ribbits. We just showed off your polish a couple polishes ago, Christy. Opened it. We haven't swatched anything yet. In my hands now, we just opened a Breezeberry, and this is, it says a magnetic on the bottom. So right now we are a gorgeous glowy blue flake. I see the flakies in there look like they're shifting purple, pink, and blue. And then it is a magnetic, so let's do that. Ooh, I already saw a little sneak peek, y'all, of that magnetic line. It's like an aqua blue shift in there. Very pretty. Hello, Ursuline. We are showing off Polish Pickup May offerings. I have 8 different brands here. Well, I know this is the Colors to Carol because she wraps it with a little rubber band, which I reuse like crazy. And our polish, ooh, y'all, I'm so excited for this one. I did see the sneak peek of this. It got posted in the Colors to Carol swatcher group. She was like double checking everyone was available, and I did see the inspiration for this. This is Diet Coke inspired. It is a beautiful silver hollow base, and it's got red hollow glitters in it. So sparkly. And look, Jen, just in time. As soon as I saw the inspo for this one, I immediately thought of Jen. So Jen, this is Colors to Carol's Sip Happens. And it is Diet Coke inspired. So like, obviously y'all, Jen needs to own this one. Every time I think of Diet Coke, I think of Jen. Look at the rainbows with the flash on this one. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, what would you guys choose for a vending machine inspiration? Or what's your favorite thing to get from the vending machine? Like, I don't grab a lot of vending machine stuff. I don't feel like I'm really around them that often unless we're like in the hospital. And if that's the case, then I usually go for like, I'm a big cheese puff fan. Like, I like Cheetos and orange soda. That's kind of like if I'm craving a snack. I used to eat those at work all the time when we used to be at the shop till 1 or 2 in the morning. That was like my big go-to was cheese puffs and orange soda. But also they have to be the cheese puffs. I don't like crunchy Cheetos. Like, well, I shouldn't say I don't like them. I don't reach them. I don't buy them. And then when we do have them, I'm like addicted to them. Like, I can't stop eating them. So, Zach says, I love this one. Isn't it so pretty? Ursuline says, just stunning. Mandy says, I'm a Diet Coke fanatic. I drink 0 soda except Diet Coke. Water, coffee, Diet Coke. That's it. Then it's amazing. And actually, y'all, is there a cap on that? I'm trying to like read my thing. There is no cap. So cool. Nobody has to stress. You don't have to go crazy making sure you get it. There is no cap on that one. So all of my Diet Coke fans, you're gonna be totally good to snack that one. Mandy says I will definitely be getting the Diet Coke polish. Awesome. Ooh, this is Sassy sauce, and it is shortcake situation. And oh, it's a thermal. I thought we had one thermal, and actually, y'all, usually we guess what color it's gonna change, but I think I thought my hand was changing it, but now I think that's just all the beautiful shimmer in there. It's got a magenta base when cold, and then it is packed with shimmer and flakies, and I can't tell, do we have a little hollow in there? Ooh, maybe a little hollow. Yeah, I thought that was my hands because y'all, my hands are always hot. unless it's like freezing out. So I thought that was for my hands, but I think it's just all the shimmer in there. So like, I'm just gonna give her, oh yeah. That is flakies and shimmers that have settled. Sassy's all sends her stuff pretty far in advance. I get her stuff probably 4 to 6 weeks in advance. So this has sat in its package on my shelf waiting. There we go. We gave her a good little mix with my magnet, and you can see all those beautiful shifty flakies. There's some chunky ones in there. I'm not a big fan of vending machine food. I usually go for a Snickers and a cherry Pepsi. Ooh, I do like cherry Pepsi too. Yeah, cherry Pepsi's a good one. I like chocolate. I love candy bars. But I don't usually eat a whole candy bar. Like a minis. Like Halloween gets me with the minis, but I don't know. There's something about like biting into a sticky candy bar that I don't love. Fritas, I don't think soda. I don't drink soda much. Now, if margaritas came in a vending machine, ooh, I bet it exists somewhere. I bet someone has a vending machine of margaritas. Next we're doing LynB. This is cookie crumbs, and it says it's a magnetic. We're a really pretty chocolatey brown, and then it has like a pinky magenta shimmer in there. And then it's also a magnetic, so let's see, can we do it without grabbing those stupid mixing balls? Ooh, it's got like a yellow magnetic line. Do y'all see that? I was not expecting that line. Look at that. It's almost yellow green. Oh, that's really cool. Very glowy. It also has pulled more of that magenta shimmer out, so it's less browny. This is pretty. I'm very excited to see this on our swatch stick so we can really see what that color comes out like. Laura, if there's anywhere, it's Vegas. That's true. There's probably a margarita vending machine in Vegas for sure. I don't drink a whole lot of soda. I used to have a giant soda addiction. So like Mountain Dew was my jam growing up. But I don't drink a whole lot now either. I drink water. We always have Fresca because I do love a good Fresca, and Sprite in the fridge. So like if I'm out and I order a soda, I'm going to order a Sprite. But I don't really drink a whole lot. Mostly the Sprite and Fresca is Kevin's. He drinks it with dinner or whatnot, but I usually just stick to my water. Hello, random Crisis. Oh boy, y'all. I said that too confidently and then I backed out of the rest of it. Crystal, welcome, Crystal. Okay, this is Envy Lacquer. Who are you calling a cootie queen? And this kind of goes with the Ribbits. So they both took inspiration from that Orbits commercial. So you have who are you calling a cootie queen? And then Ribbits is you lent liquor. So they go together. This one is also a magnetic. It is a really pretty blue aqua shift. I'm seeing some purple at the edge, but that could just be the glass reflecting the lighting. Hello, Carolina. How are we doing tonight? All right, and here is with our magnetic. Ooh, okay, so we got this like cobalty base with a strong aqua, y'all, magnetic line. I'm feeling like I'm seeing some sparkly shimmer. I'm gonna put the flash on it. Ooh, yes, there we go. So you can see that shimmer. I feel like the blue's just a little dark on that front camera to really see the shimmer, but it is definitely shimmery. Very pretty. I think this is gonna be gorgeous with the glass bead. Sorry, y'all, my nose is itching like crazy. And ironically, okay, I shouldn't say ironically. I'm not gonna lie, my hand has been avoiding pulling this out just yet. And somehow we just did this last. So the last things we have are our scented items. Hello, Tammy. Yes, the last 2 items I have are our scented items, which kind of works out great because we can read description and all that stuff. Tammy, we are showing off Polish Pickup for May. I'm gonna, if I can get them out. Ooh, actually, lately I've been managing to get Glisten and Goes out, yes, without having to deal with the bubble wrap because she wraps these real good, y'all. Tammy said, got it. She said, hey, y'all, I have no idea what we're doing. Chrissy says, hey. All right, I am going to go ahead and get some descriptions out because I feel weird smelling and not having that information for y'all. I do usually try and smell first and make some guesses, but all right, let's do the Glisten and Glow Cuticle Oil and Remover Duo first. Tammy says, y'all have a wonderful night. I'm eating pizza. Ooh, go enjoy your pizza. I have no idea what Kevin's cooking for dinner. He's not even home right now. He's dealing with some issues at work. Printer issues. Our printer has decided it doesn't want to work anymore. And he bought a new one that has decided it doesn't want to connect. So he might be there a while. Laura said, I ordered Cherry Coke on our cruise one time and they brought it to me for every dinner. I was so sodaed out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's that like, ooh, I want one of these that sounds good. And then people think it's your favorite and you just get it over and over. So I feel that, Laura. I definitely do. All right. Our remover, obviously, y'all, is unscented. And the cuticle oil is Cherry Lifesaver. These are only sold as the duo, and we are going to be priced at $12.50. There's no cap for these. If you've never used their cuticle remover, it's absolutely fantastic. I love the twist up brush pen applicator. It lets you get it exactly where you want it. You just twist it up, throw it on to your cuticle area, let it sit for 60 seconds. Use your favorite cuticle pusher to push your cuticles back. Scrape very gently to get all the extra dead stuff off. Wash your hands with soap and water, and then follow it up with your oil to re-moisturize. Super duper easy. It makes your nails look fantastic. It's super healthy. Absolutely, Manny must have is a good cuticle remover in my opinion, and this one's fantastic. And then, like I said, it does come with the oil as well, so you're prepped and ready to oil immediately. And we're going to smell the Cherry Lifesaver. We're going to have to twist for a while. I don't know if y'all can see the bubble, but we're going to twist until she gets to the top. I'm going to try and take it a little slow when we get closer because we don't need it shooting across the room again. Ribbits says Fountain Cherry Coke is my only weakness. Ooh, see, and there's something so much different about fountain drinks versus canned and bottle. McDonald's Sprite, y'all, that I can't go to McDonald's and not get a Sprite. That we call it battery acid in our house because it'll get you, but it's like the right, I will take a McDonald's Sprite any day, y'all. Like, that is my go-to. Hello, Crystal. Okay, we are prepped and ready. I don't know if y'all can see that beautiful oil up there glistening. And honestly, I've been cleaning consoles, so we're going to throw it on my left hand, get it all in there. We'll smell it. I'm going to try and leave my right hand untouched so we can do Sassy's on the right hand, but let's get it on there. I didn't really think about how to rub it in my cuticles with one hand, but you know, we'll live and learn. And then we're going to smell it. So this is Cherry Lifesaver, so I'm going to expect it to be fruity, cherry strong. Ooh, I can smell it already, y'all. Yeah, it is iconic cherry. My brain went straight to those like cherry car air fresheners. I'm not mad about it. It is pure cherry and sugar. I know I'm going to read that description and it's going to say 12 other things are in here, but it's cherry, y'all. If you like sweet, fruity, you're going to like this one. Mandy says, what is with my McDonald's? Their sodas are so crispy. Diet Coke for McDonald's tastes better than anywhere. So that actually is a McDonald's thing. They have their formula is different than anywhere else. And they have a connection, or connection is not the right word, a deal, a contract with Coca-Cola products to do that. I believe the seltzer is slightly turned up, and then there's something else that's slightly different. But it literally, their soda is created differently than cans, bottles, anything from the company. Like it's a legit thing, and it's amazing. Like yeah, I'm with you. It's so crispy. It's like just it hits so different than anything else. Yeah. Kevin loves a McDonald's coffee. He's a big iced coffee, sugar-free thing, whatever. He gets a coupon code. He can get it for like $1. He does McDonald's coffee all the time. If we're going for just his coffee, and they don't make decaf for me also, I don't drink their coffee. I get a Sprite. I'm like, I need a Sprite. If I'm going to get something here, I need a Sprite. So every day he goes and gets a coffee and he's like, do you want a Sprite? And I'm like, no sugar today. I do have to watch it, but like when I'm with him, best believe we get a Sprite. Ribbits says, I think also their syrups are cold, so it comes out extra cold. Ooh, that could be too. Okay, so Lifesaver Cherry smells amazing. Very fruity, very cherry, very fresh. Official scent description. Let's see. Scent notes. Sweet and fruity scent of cherry with a very subtle hint of cinnamon. Y'all, is very subtle. It is so subtle, I don't think it's there. I don't smell no cinnamon. Nope, there's no cinnamon in this. If you are afraid of the description of having cinnamon in it, y'all, there's no cinnamon. Now, if you have a cinnamon allergy, which I know that is a big thing, this one, because it says it's in there from the manufacturer's description, maybe don't press your luck. I don't smell it, but in theory, it's in there because it's in the description. So as far as scent goes, it is a sweet, sugary cherry. As far as ingredients, in theory, there is cinnamon in there, y'all. So again, there's your little warning. If you have a cinnamon sensitivity or an allergy, I would stay away from this one. But as far as smelling it, I don't smell any cinnamon. It just smells really good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. And y'all, it does. It smells like a car freshener. It smells like the car wash. You know when you go get your car wash and you smell the soap as you're like pulling up to the car wash, or you're like vacuuming your car? Yeah, I'm a big fan of this scent for sure. And then we have one more scented item. Again, that is Glisten and Glow's cuticle remover, which comes, or cuticle oil, which comes with the unscented remover. The remover is never scented. It only comes as a duo. You have to purchase the duo. It's $12.50. There's no cap. And then we have a Sassy Sauce Caviar, which I'm very excited. I personally, y'all, have only ever tried her caviar once. I bought it at the very first PBE. Miss Tammy was helping work the booth. I'm trying to find my cuticle pusher so I can get this open. Ooh, Laura said car wash is Maisie's favorite scent. Then yeah, it's a good one, Laura, because it does. It smells just like when you're pulling up and your windows are down before you like roll them up to go in, and that cherry scent. That's what it smells like. But yes, Tammy was working Sassy Sauce's booth at the first PBE in Nashville. And I walked up and she's like, oh my God, have you tried their caviar? You have to get this. And she handed me something peach scented. I don't remember what the official name was, y'all. Squeaky peach? No, that's not right. Anyways, it was peach scented. It smelled absolutely amazing. I used it. I loved it. I do have had at the time quite a few other hand cuticle item products. So I have not repurchased it. And I won't lie, when I go to PBE, my eyes are on that polish. That's what we go for. So I have not used it again since then. So I'm very, very excited to play around with this. Again, this is Sassy Sauce's cuticle caviar, and we are scented in Juicy Fruit, which I went to glance and find out what it smells like. And y'all, there's a lot of info in here, so that glance told me nothing. Let's smell it and then get into the actual scent notes. So I am going to open it. It was taped closed to make sure there's no leakage. And then it does have a sealed little thingy here too. Ooh, okay, wait, I want to open it that way. Y'all, look at it. Just, oh, okay. I'm going to use, oh, y'all. Okay, I'm smelling a little cherry on this hand. It's juicy fruit. It smells exactly like juicy fruit. These makers are nailing these themes tonight. Oh my gosh. I don't think I ever realized how much I enjoy the smell of juicy fruit until I started smelling this. It is iconic juicy fruit bubblegum. Absolutely. I'm going to use just I don't know if y'all can see, there's quite a bit on here. I'm just going to dab this a little bit on the back of my hand. Body chemistry can change smells a little bit. And also y'all, she's full. Like there's a little air bubble there, but it is like overflowing out of this jar. I like want to tap it down. But I don't want to hit it on my desk because I know that's going to be too loud for y'all. But I don't feel like I can put this safety seal back on at the moment. Okay. All right. I'm going to use my wrist to like rub it in again so we don't contaminate with that cherry. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It feels really good too. Again, y'all, I haven't used Sassy's Caviar in a long time. It has like really soaked in really easily. It's not greasy. You can see that it's left a little bit of a shiny moisture residue there, but otherwise I feel like it's already, like if I did a tissue paper, it would not stick to this. It wouldn't be greasy. Oh, and that smell, it is. If you like juicy fruit or just bubblegum scent, because I feel like juicy fruit is pretty close to just like double bubble scent, it's spot on. Let's read the official description here, and then I'll give y'all the a sizing too. Hello, Carla. Welcome, welcome. I am showing off some polish pickup offerings coming to May's vending machine theme. Right now, we are smelling Sassy Sauce's cuticle caviar. It is scented in juicy fruit, which the official description is something. Juicy fruit scented cuticle caviar. It's a 2-ounce jar. There's a cap of 40 of these, $8.50. It says, when I was a kid, I used to love this gum. Perfect for daily use on the go or in your purse. Recommended use 3 times a day. Okay, so we don't have an actual scent description here. It's just called juicy fruit, which honestly, y'all, again, if I read this and it would have been like mangoes and mint, and I would have been like, what? It just smells like juicy fruit. It smells literally like iconic juicy fruit. It is bubble gum deliciousness. Hello, everyday hobbies. Welcome, welcome. It's amazing. Like I said, y'all, it rubbed in so smooth. My hand feels really nice. I am excited to use this product and see just like how good it is just from this little bit and how well it went in. And it really does feel really nice and smooth. I'm a big fan already. Again, I have had a jar of this, but it's been years. PBE Nashville was what, 21? So 5 years ago since I purchased a container of this. But so far tonight, definitely a fan. Again, this is a 2-ounce jar, which sounds like a little bit, but y'all, it's a big jar. And then it has a cap of 40 jars available for $8.50. So that is our smelly products. We have now unboxed everything, which means we can start swatching things. I don't know how much y'all paid attention or if you were counting or any of that, but we have 4 magnetics tonight. So that's going to be an experience. 4 magnetics. We have a thermal. Again, we didn't really take guesses. What do we think Sassy's is going to turn to? My theory, based on what I thought was my hands, but was shimmer, I'm gonna go with like clear white. Is my guess, but if you want to place your guess on what color our Sassy sauce is going to change when hot, put that in the comments. So 4 magnetics, 1 thermal, and then 3 that are going to go on our regular swatch wheel. So we've got a busy load to do tonight. Foxy says light purple. Oh, you know what? Also, the inspiration for that was shortcake situation. So now I'm thinking light pink. I didn't think about that. I forgot the theme. So we're shortcake situation. So Laura says white or lavender. Okay, so we've got, I said white originally, now I'm kind of going to like a light pinky just based on the name. And then Crystal said light purple, Laura says white or lavender. And feel free to change your guesses now that I remembered the name of that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to get a drink. It is not a sip and swatch, but here's your reminder to stay hydrated. I'm going to grab a drink of my water here, which strawberry kiwi is my flavor right now. Oh, excuse me. And then I'm going to flip y'all around and we're going to get into these swatches. Flipped, scooch down. Here is tonight's info sheet. So that is everything except for the cap, which I just got through. The cap and price for Ribbits. Let me add that really quickly. Also, y'all, all of my pins have been exploding all over me. I was cleaning consoles after I wrote this earlier, so this is what's left, but like my whole hand was covered earlier. So let me add that information to Ribbits really quickly, and then we can screenshot this for anyone who wants it. All right, perfect. So now I have all the information for tonight. Let me zoom you in a little bit because we know how Instagram hates to focus. We're not zoomed in. And then I'm going to attempt, there we go, to get rid of that glare. So this is tonight's information. Again, we have 8 brands tonight. Most of them are polish only. Glisten and Glow also has their cuticle remover and oil duo, as well as their top coat. And then Sassy has that cuticle caviar on top of their polish. Laura says hydrating with iced coffee. I'm not sure that's really hydrating because isn't coffee a diuretic and makes you more thirsty? But maybe the ice in it helps, right? Like, hello, Heather. Welcome. We are showing polished pickup items. You're just in time. This is tonight's info sheet. If anybody wants to screenshot it, I will pull it back again at the end of the video as well. And we're gonna get into doing these. Let's see who is all in the chat. Usually, y'all, I do our magnetics first to get them out of the way. But I also like to do the brands that are in here. So I see Miss Carolina and I see Ribbits. So let's go ahead and do our non-magnetics first tonight and get done with the swatch wheel. And then we'll go into the magnetics since we have so many to do. So my brain's not working. Get this out of the way. I have stopped sticking this down because Instagram doesn't want to focus with all that information behind the camera. So here is our swatch wheel. It's nice and pretty. We have just a few things on it because we've had lots of magnetics lately, which I am not mad at. Heather said, hey, beauties. How are we doing tonight, Heather? And y'all, I swear my brain is just like not catching up with me at the moment. All right, we're going to go with Colors to Carols first because that's the one I grabbed. And then we'll do Ribbits because she is here. And then I think we have one more non-magnetic, Glisten. So we'll do Glisten and Glow. We'll do our 3 non-magnetics first tonight. And then we'll move into the magnetics and that beautiful Sassy thermal. So not Glisten and Glow, I'm sorry. My brain is looking down at it. All right, Colors to Carol. I'll zoom in a little bit more to get that better focus. Colors to Carol's paper I have lost. There she is. All right. So Colors to Carol's offering is Sip Happens. It is inspired by Diet Coke. It's a full coverage silver holographic glitter with silver reflective glitter, red hollow micro shreds, and red metallic shreds. This one's going to be $13.75 with no cap, and it is already so sparkly on its own. But if we grab that flash, We can see all the beautiful hollow and reflective sparkles in this one. Y'all, I am obsessed. I know I say I don't usually wear reds, but like this doesn't count as a red to me, right? It's a silver with red accents. This is so fun, super duper sparkly. All my Diet Coke girlies in here, you're gonna need this one. Laura says that CDC logo is so cute, isn't it? I love the new CDC logo. I absolutely love it. It's so fun, and I love that it's hollow. Y'all know we love sparkles here and rainbows. Heather's just having a great night, going to work on swatching my polish while watching. I'm so glad you're having a great night, Heather. Also glad that I can be your background companion while you're just watching. I'm a big person that needs noise while I work to concentrate, whether it is a TV show or the radio or whatever, which has been very interesting lately, y'all, because our internet has been so horrible. The last week, it'll drop 3 or 4 times in an hour. It's so bad. We had Charter out here day before last. I wanted to do this live Monday, y'all, and the internet was so bad that I pushed it while we had Charter out here, and then last night we had something else come up. Here is our first coat of Colors Carol's Sip Happens, but Charter came out Monday night, and he tested our stuff, and apparently our main line is pretty much dead, which also explains why we had the fun of it was really bad the day after it rained. Apparently that was a sign that the line was going out, and we just thought it was a thing for the neighborhood. But apparently the line is going out, and they have to replace the entire main line, which is going to be interesting. Usually that takes a week to 2 weeks, according to the gentleman who was out here, but he pushed it through as saying we have no internet. So they said it'll be 24 or 48 hours before they start working on it, but it's also been pouring, so hopefully soon. Y'all, look at how sparkly this is. Now, this is a glitter-packed reflective polish, so you're gonna want a coat of Glitter Grabber. Colors to Carol sells one. It's called the Leveler. It's fantastic. But either way, you're definitely going to need a layer of it first. But it's so sparkly, who cares? Obviously, we're not opaque in one coat, but it does build, so we're going to do a second. Crystal says, that's pretty. Heather says, beautiful. Caroline says, thank you. Here it is with Flash. Again, this is our first coat of it. Oh, it's so good. Look at all them rainbows and sparkles in this one. I love this. I don't drink Diet Coke. I don't really drink diet sodas, period. Again, we talked about I don't really drink a lot of soda, but I definitely don't drink diet. But I kind of want a can of Diet Coke for my pictures of this because it's so, it's just spot on inspiration. All right, let's do our second coat. If you're new here, when we do our box lives, so Little Box of Horrors, Polish Pickup, HHC, anything like that with multiple brands, I do like to complete that brand's polish before moving on to the next, so that way the maker, if they are in here, can go back to what they were doing. And also so it stays contained to brand. So we'll finish this. I'll give you a label shot and then we'll go on to our Ribbits polish. Y'all, I'm really happy with that second coat. I think my 3-coat girlies are gonna want a 3rd coat, but for me, I think with my natural nail, I think 2 is going to be good. I really do. Again, this description was a full coverage silver holographic glitter with silver reflective glitter, red hollow micro shreds, and red metallic shreds. This one's going to be $13.75. There's no cap on it, so don't stress. Mandy, I noticed she even used the Diet Coke font on the label. I love that touch. Ooh, yes, that's a great eye, Mandy. I love the little details like that. You don't get those from big brands. Indie brands are where it's at, y'all. Again, here it is, 2 coats with Flash. It's so sparkly. Carolina said, Mandy, you have a good eye. Yeah, I love this. Absolutely love it. Throw on a coat of the Leveler or your favorite glitter smoother and follow that up with your shiny top coat. And you are going to have a Diet Coke on your nails. Here it is. 2 coats. Colors to Carol's Sip Happens. Again, y'all, these are coming out for May PPU, which is May 1st through the 4th is that pre-order. Absolutely beautiful. Hello, Audrey. Welcome, welcome. And I just realized I did not turn on my air purifier, so I'm going to do that right now. All right. Next up, we are going to grab our Ribbits, which is LynB. And now y'all can see that Orbit logo. It is spot on with this polish. I absolutely loved that commercial growing up. Me and my sister quoted it all the time. The description for this one is a black base with silver and blue reflective glitter, blue to purple aurora shimmer, blue to purple large particle shimmer, and a touch of pink shimmer and green reflective glitter. I can see that pink shimmer in there. It's pretty. And then you can just barely, I think you can see the green reflectives already as well. And then if we put our flash on it, oop, there we go. Okay, yeah, definitely at that angle, you can see the green and the silver reflective. Again, super duper sparkly and beautiful. And this one's price, which I just covered up, is $13.50, and there's a cap of only 50 of these available, y'all. So if you want this one, make sure you throw it on your wish list so you don't forget to snag it. Wish listing opens April 26th. I don't think there's a specific time for wish listing. I think it's just whenever they get it open. But let's get our first coat of LynB from Ribbits on here. If my camera will focus. There we go. All right, first coat. Yeah, I was very excited to see this out of the bottle with it being a deeper base. So it's definitely deeper than it is in the bottle. We're not quite opaque in one coat, but I think we'll be fine in two. You can see the beautiful shimmer shifting in here. It's that large particle shimmer. You can see the little hints of pink picking up in there. Ooh, cap is $2.50. Ooh, my bad, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Let me fix that on my paper. I probably read that wrong on my message. Let me fix that. Okay, I corrected it on our post-it for screenshots at the end, but for anyone who's not sticking to the end or you just hopped in, it's going to be $13.50 with a cap of 250 available. Thank you, Christy. I apologize. Here is our first coat, though, and then we're going to get that flash because, again, it is a reflective. Also means you're going to want a coat of glitter smoother to smooth this all out. Totally worth it. At this point, I think we all already own it. But if you don't, snag you a bottle of glitter grabber too, because y'all, these are worth it. You can use glitter grabber on any polish too. It doesn't have to be a glitter or a textured polish. It just adds an extra little juiciness to it. So, ooh, look at the shimmer in there. And then all those gorgeous reflective sparkles. Absolutely beautiful. Let's do our second coat. Chrissy says, no, I think it's in it wrong. That's okay. No worries. That's, you know, typos happen. Trust me, y'all. Lizmo has been amazing. My last like 3 Lizmo's Creations posts, I've had some form of typo in it, and she'll just message me and be like, hey, this says this. I'm like, oh gosh, thank you. Yeah, no, I think I just typed too fast, y'all, or I get distracted by things, which is a big thing. So, all right, let's do a second coat of LynB from Ribbits here. Yes, look at how much depth got added in that second coat. You can really see that beautiful shimmer, and it glows. I'm happy with 2 coats on this one for sure. Oops, see, the blue pen, it exploded. It's what it does. I don't know if I just need to buy new pens or what, y'all, but it doesn't matter if I clean them off every time I use them. It just, every time I open one, they just explode on me. This is super pretty. That gorgeous shimmer in there. And you can already see the reflective twinkle that's just under the arch light. Again, we're definitely opaque in 2. I love the pops of pink and that dash of pink shimmer in there. And then one more time with flash so we can see all the beautiful reflective glitter. So pretty. Another like inspiration nailed, I think. If you think about the Orbit packages, that label, the packages on the label here, I think Christy nailed this one. Mandy says that shimmer is so pretty, isn't it? Gorgeous. Let me close the bottle so I can give you a label shot. Again, this one is Ribbits LynB. We did 2 coats. You're gonna want a top coat or a glitter smoothing top coat before glossy. Oh, she is slippery. Stay. Okay. Nope. There. And this is $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles available. So y'all can see that Orbit logo down there. It is spot on. Love it. Okay, we have one more non-magnetic / thermal. So I'm going to show it off. We're going to go into Glisten and Glow next. Which Glisten and Glow is Nerd Clusters. Which if you ever had a nerd cluster, you can already instantly see that inspo. I love nerd clusters. I love the texture of them. This one is described as a medium pink glitter crelly loaded with various shapes and sizes of neon glitters in shades of pink, orange, light orange, yellow, green, and purple. So we have all these beautiful colors in here. This one is going to be $14 with no cap on it. Let's get it on our swatch wheel. If I can pick it up. There we go. All right, first coat. Now, I do also expect to need a glitter smoother with this because she is a glitter crelly, and Glisten and Glow does not jip on her glitters. Her glitter crellies are always jam-packed with glitter in them. Christy says, thank you, Chelsea. You are so welcome, Christy. Thank you for sending it to me to show off. This is so plump and juicy, y'all. Again, it nailed it. I even have some Nerds clusters in the other room. I'd have to walk down the hall to get them to show y'all the inspiration. But just trust me when I say Jill nailed this. It's so good. Again, this is $14 with no cap. Y'all, it's close to opaque in one coat. Obviously, with that second coat is going to give us more of that juicy, fun glitter. So we'll do a second coat for sure. But that first coat is pretty dang good. Let's do a second coat. Again, this is a medium pink glitter crelly loaded with various shapes and sizes of neon glitters in pink, orange, light orange, yellow, green, and purple. This is a Glisten and Glow polish. Honestly, y'all, I did talk about needing a glitter smoother, which Glisten and Glow sells Glitter Grabber. It's phenomenal as a smoother for sure. But I kind of like the idea of leaving it textured because it does remind me of the Nerds gummy clusters too. Like, I don't know. It's just fun to have that idea of like literally this is a Nerds gummy cluster on your nails. Very fun. Opacity in 2, I'm happy with that. Like you're seeing, I think a little bit of the darker colors come through, but I think on my natural, I don't think you'd see it at all. Also, y'all, I had this cute little devil on this nail and my peely popped while I was cleaning consoles today. So ignore that. Though if we have a shimmer, I got a naked nail we can test on. This is super, super fun. Let me get y'all a label shot. So this is Glisten and Glow's Nerd Clusters. Again, this one is going to be $14 with no cap. Carolina says, thank you so much, Chelsea. Good night, everyone. I'm back to work. Oh, of course, Carolina. You have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right. And then don't forget that Glisten and Glow also has their shiny top coat will be available for, I believe it's $10.50. Yes, $10.50, no cap. As well as that Cherry Lifesaver Scented Cuticle Oil and the Unscented Remover Duo. This is $12.50 with no cap. It will all be available at the PPU store. So definitely make sure you snag those while you're there. Again, that Cherry Lifesaver is your iconic car wash cherry scent. It smells amazing. Heather sent some pink sparkly hearts for our gorgeous pink Glisten and Glow. And that is all of our normal polishes. So we have 4 magnetics and a thermal to do next. I'm kind of on the fence of do we do the magnetics or do we do the thermal first? I'm thinking magnetics so that way the water's not in the way and makes my background all wet. So these were our 3 normal polishes. Y'all, there ain't nothing normal about them, but they go on the swatch wheel. But now we're going to go and do those magnetics on our individual swatch sticks. So let me move that out of the way. And let me find my glamour gear. There it is. Boom. So if you're new here, we do both velvet and bar magnet swatches of our magnetics. We're going to do 2 at a time so we don't have to have dry time in between. I'm going to zoom y'all in a lot more so you can see exactly what's happening while we do this. And I am honestly just going to start with the first magnetic that's on my paper here, just for simplicity's sake. So that would be LynB Lacquer. Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? Again, this pairs with Ribbits Stickits. They both chose the inspiration of the Orbits commercial. So you have Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen, and then Ribbits, You Want Liquor. Again, y'all have to remember that commercial because it's stuck in my head forever. It lives there rent free. This one is described as a blue-green magnetic polish. When magnetized, you get a bright, glowing cobalt to violet base and green to teal magnetic effect. It's going to be $13 with a cap of 300 of these available. Let's get our magnet on here. You have that beautiful green line against that back, and you can see how shimmery it is now. This is so, so pretty. Actually, it really kind of vibes with the Glamour Gear color back there. All right, let's get it on our swatch stick. Again, we use clear swatch sticks here, so there is going to be a slight difference in opacity. It will obviously be more opaque on your natural nail than on this clear stick. But what is that? Okay, there's a defect in my swatch stick, and it's going to bug me. But she ain't coming off, so it's what we're using. Also, apparently, see y'all, that marker, it exploded. I think I just need to buy a new set, which stinks, because they still work. They just are messy. All right, first coat, LynB's Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? Woo, okay, hold on. They're a little fuzzy. Let me get the fuzzy out before that ends up on the nails. All right. Oh boy, now it ended up on my nails. Anyways, okay, take two. Take two. All right, now we're going to go in with our first coat of LynB's Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? Again, we are on a clear swatch stick, so it's going to have an effect on our opacity. Here is that first coat. It's very pretty and shimmery. Again, this is unmagnetized, y'all. Big fan of you don't have to magnetize every magnetic polish. Do whatever you want with them. We're going to set that down on the bar magnet. Ooh, I don't know when I did that, but that's a real big booty. Wow. It's a real big beauty wound for our Glamour Gear. I'm just going to take a Q-tip and suck up a little bit of that so I don't end up sticking our swatch stick in there. Bam. All right, cool. Okay, now we're going to do our first coat to velvet. All right, first coat here. Again, unmagnetized, very shimmery, very pretty. And then I'm going to throw it down in the velvet zone. And we're going to let that one set for just a second. Hello, Helen. Welcome, welcome. I'm showing off some awesome polishes coming to Polish Pickup in May. Currently, I just swatched LynB Lacquer's Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? This is first coat. I'm going to let it set on that magnet for a second. And we're going to pop over to our LynB so that we can let things dry. So let's do our... Y'all, there's tape on the bottom of that. Get out of there. It's a mess tonight. I am a mess tonight. Okay, so LynB's Cookie Crumbs. It is a warm chocolate brown base filled with purple to pink to red shifting shimmer and ghostly gold magnetic pull. It's inspired by Jenna Lynn's favorite vending machine snack in high school, Grandma's Cookies. Hello, Carrie. How are we doing tonight? All right, so here it is with the magnet. This is such a pretty base. And then that gold magnetic. I know it's cookie themed, but also like, I just feel like unicorn magic here, y'all. That gold magnetic on top of that pinky purple. It's super, super cute. Let's get it on our swatch wheel, swatch stick. Sorry, swatch sticks. Again, I know I said we finish each brand, but magnetics take a minute to set. So we do 2 magnetics at a time so we can kind of round robin get through it and we don't have dry time. So first coats of LynB's Cookie Crumbs, which I love this name. I love cookies, y'all. All right, here she is. First coat. Ooh, I love this unmagnetized, that golden shimmer in there. Let's throw it down there in our bar magnets. We're going to do a second one to velvetize it. Y'all, I don't remember if I gave you the price of this one. So again, here it is really quickly unmagnetized. And we're going to throw that in the velvet zone. Oop, maybe. There we go. All right, this one is $13.50 with no cap. Again, that was our first coats of cookie crumbs from LynB Designs. Hello, Virginia. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's go back and look at that first coat of LynB's. Again, y'all, this is a blue-green magnetic polish. When magnetized, you get a bright, glowing cobalt violet base and green to teal magnetic effect. It is Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? We're $13, cap of $300. And you can see that line in there. I do think the second coat's going to give us way more payoff there. But it is pretty and shimmery, and it's not bad in one coat. I think our second coat will get us there with no problems. So that's first coat of the bar magnet. Let's take a look at our first coat, Velvet, and then we'll paint on our second coats. Velvet, you definitely see that magnetic pull a little bit more. It's got that beautiful greeny teal shimmer in there. Velvet is usually more opaque as well because all that magnetic pigment pulls to the top. This is very sparkly. It has a lot of movement to it. Let's do our second coats of that one. Again, this is Who Are You Calling Cutie Queen from LynB Lacquer. Let's do our second coats. All right, real quick, unmagnetize. Y'all, it is stunning unmagnetized. You know, I'm a big believer. You do not have to magnetize a magnetic polish. You can do whatever you want with your nail polish. It's your life. It is not that serious, y'all. All right, let's do our second coat for that Velvet. I don't know if you saw that bar magnet just instantly sloop into its bar, but it's beautiful. All right, here she is real quick unmagnetized. I'm gonna put it down there in that Velvet. But do you see that line on our LynB? It just went straight into there, y'all. Oh, it's so good. All right, let's do our second coats of LynB's Cookie Crumbs, and then we will come back to LynB and I will give you a label shot. So again, LynB's Cookie Crumbs is our warm chocolatey brown base filled with purple to pink to red shifting shimmer and ghostly gold magnetic pull. This is inspired by Grandma's Cookies from Vending Machines. $13.50, no cap. Hello, Detour Lacquer. Welcome, welcome. I am showing off some gorgeous offerings coming to Polish Pickup May. So Wishlisting starts April 26th. The pre-order window is May 1st through 4th. This right here is our second coat, unmagnetized, absolutely stunning, of LynB's Cookie Crumbs. I'm going to throw it down there on our bar magnet. Let it do its thing again. Look at that stunning line. It just, ooh, crisp in there. And then we're going to do our second coat for the Velvet. All right, again, real quick, unmagnetized. Y'all, I love the golden shimmer in here. I'm not usually a gold person, but it's just so like sparkly shimmery in there. It's super pretty. All right, we're gonna let that set for our Velvet. And now we're gonna take a peek at those two coats of LynB's Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? Detour says, hey, I had to take a quick peek. Always, always, always. You are always welcome to pop in. Helen says, what plate is that? Are you talking about my magnet or are you talking about my nails? Let me know what we need to talk about, Helen. All right, so here's our second coat, y'all, of LynB's Who Are You Calling Cutie Queen? Again, this one's $13. It's got a cap of $300. There's that second coat with the bar magnet. You can really see that gorgeous green teal line in there. And then this purple, blue shimmery base. I'm quite happy with the opacity of the second coat, which I knew I would be, but there you are. The magnetic plate. So this is a Victorian Varnish Glamour Gear. It's got a bar magnet in this side and this side, which allows you to do, you can literally like lay your nail any which way to get that bar. And then it velvets down in the middle. So that's what that is. I love it, especially for doing my lives. It allows me to do multiple. I have done 4 magnetic swatches at once during a live. It's a lot of work, so we try to limit it to 2 at a time. But yeah, it's fantastic for this. And it's great for just doing your nails too. I just typically use it for this. But again, this is 2 coats, LynB's Who Are You Calling Cutie Queen in our bar magnet. And then let's look at that Velvet. All right, here's 2 coats, Velvet. Yes, look at all that green magnetic pigment. Y'all, I'm a sucker for a Velvet. It is the worst type of magnetic to photograph in my opinion, so I do not swatch velvets. My swatches consist of my pinky unmagnetized, so you can see it as is, and then I do a bar magnet on my ring and middle nails, and then I do the glass bead effect on my index and thumb, so you can see it multiple ways. Velvet is just really hard to photograph. I do also include videos in all my swatches as well as matte swatches if you are new here. Oh, y'all, this is so pretty. And again, we are definitely opaque in 2 coats. No questions. Absolutely beautiful. Let me give you, I don't know if y'all can hear Maple. She's going off. Let me give you a label shot. I'm going to have to zoom out just a little bit to fit everything in the screen. All right, here is LynB's Who Are You Calling a Cutie Queen? You've got your velvet swatch on top, your bar magnet on bottom. Again, this one's $13 with a cap of $300. You are so welcome, Helen. Y'all, I need to do a video on these glamour gear, by the way. I keep forgetting. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to set those off to the side. Hopefully somewhere I don't put my elbow in it because y'all know that's what we do here. And then we're going to go and look at our 2 coats of LynB's Cookie Crumbs. So first, we're taking a peek at our second coat with that bar magnet. Again, this one is described as a warm chocolate brown base filled with purple to pink to red shifting shimmer and ghostly magnetic pull. It's $13.50 with no cap. Opacity wise, I think I'm happy in 2. I think on my natural nail we define, again, y'all, we're on a clear swatch stick, which has an effect on the opacity. I think it's going to be good in 2. I do think some of my chronic 3 coaters may want 3. That is a personal preference for me and my impatience. I will take 2. I love that golden line. Again, I don't usually like gold, but it just, there's something about it against this base that's so pretty. I do think we had more of that warm brown base when it was unmagnetized. I felt like it pulls more pinky purple. Magnetized. Here it is, 2 coats of velvet, and you really see more of that gold in the velvet because all that pigment's in the middle. So really unique shade. I can tell y'all I don't own anything like this. Here it is again, opaque. I think it's opaque in 2. Again, some of my 3 coaters, you may want it. Chrissy, Jen, y'all may want 3 coats of this one, but I think it's good in 2. Hello, Jen Elson. Welcome. This is LynB's Cookie Crumbs for Polish Pickup May. Let me give y'all a label shot. All right, here is 2 coats of LynB's Cookie Crumbs. You got your velvet on top, your bar magnet on bottom. Super fun. And then we do have 2 more magnetics we're going to roll into. So our next set. It has also just occurred to me that we haven't done a what's on my nails. So my right hand, minus the devil that disappeared, is Zombie Claw Polish Zombie Pinup. This was just HHC last month. I did these actually today is Sabrina. This is her birthday Manny I did for her. There was a cute little devil on there and it didn't survive cleaning stuff today. But I love this polish. And then my left hand it's still bikini season from Victorian Varnish. This is a few years old, y'all. The Weekend Nail Challenge collab this month, our theme was glitch, and then Cyberpunk was our last minute edition. So I kind of tried to do like the Cyberpunk game theme here, and then my glitch was that Mario was in the wrong game, which actually y'all came out really fun because we went and saw Mario yesterday, the new movie, and I still had these on, so I got to take pictures with the poster. But I will put that information in the descriptions, just like I try to always do. Occasionally I forget, y'all know. Occasionally I forget, but I will try to put that in the thing. Now let's move on to our next 2 magnetics. So we have 1422 and Cupcake. I am going to start with 1422 because it is on my, well, it was on my paper. There we go. Y'all, I'm blind and I can't read today. All right, it is on our paper here. So we're going to go into 1422 designs next. This is in my Sour era. This is inspired by Sour Patch Kids. It is a berry pink purple base with purple magnetic pigment and silver reflective glitter. This one's going to be $13.50 with 250 bottles available. It is absolutely gorgeous unmagnetized, but then when we grab that magnetic, oh, I just love the way that purple line just crisps right up there in that magenta base. Of course, the air bubble didn't let it stay very long. And then if we throw the flash on it, you can see the reflective sparkle as well. Oh, super cute. All right, let's get it on our swatch sticks. So again, y'all, clear swatch sticks has an effect on opacity. If I can pick up a swatch stick, and I actually just had to place an order for more swatch sticks. We have been using them like crazy lately. Now I have no qualms with it, y'all. I love a magnetic polish. Here we go. First coat of In My Sour Era from 1422s. First coat, unmagnetized. Absolutely beautiful. And then we're going to put it down on our bar magnet. Maybe if I can let go. There we go. I'm also going to zoom y'all back in a little bit so you can see that line do its thing. And then we're going to do first coat for the velvet. All right, again, unmagnetized, super sparkly. And we're going to throw that down in the velvet zone. I do want to point out this has that, it has that slight smell you get with some blue polishes. There's something in the pigment. Actually, I believe Jill from Glisten and Glow told us what was actually in there, and now I don't remember what it was. It gives me, to me, I think it smells like skunk, just a little bit. It just has that little smell. It's not super crazy bad. I do like to note when it's there, though. I think Tammy called it sulfur one day. I get more skunky than sulfur, but anyways, it's there. It just so you know, it's got a little bit of that smell. It's not bad. Of course, that smell always goes away when you close the bottle and when your nails are dry. But I do like to point out that that smell is a little bit faint there. Heather's is so pretty, isn't it? It's so lovely. All right, so that's first coats. We're gonna let those set for a second of 1422s In My Sour Era, and then we're gonna hop over to Cupcake polish. Ooh, look at the flakies in this, y'all. This is something. There it is. This is Breezeberry. It's a dark blue polish filled with aqua blue magnetic pigment and blue iridescent flakies. It's inspired by the Breezeberry flavored Alani. It's $13.50 and it has no cap. I love the little flakies in here. And then if we grab our magnet, beautiful. It just gets so deep and then has that stunning aqua line in there. Super pretty. Let's get it on our swatch stick. All right, first coat, clear swatch stick. Again, y'all, has an effect on opacity. I know I repeat it, but just for anyone who joins in a little bit later. Here's our first coat, unmagnetized. Ooh, that's so pretty. I love those flakies. Like, they just kind of like melt into it. Let's put it down there on our bar. Yes. And then let's do a second one for our velvet. All right, again, unmagnetized real quick. Also, y'all, I don't know how many polishes I've gotten on my finger already, but we are definitely official live now because there is plenty of it on there. All right, so that is first coats of Breezeberry from Cupcake Polish. Let's go take a look now at our 1422 In My Sour Era first coats. Again, y'all, this one is a berry pink purple base with purple magnetic pigment and silver reflective glitters. $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles available. Here's our first coat, and you can see that line. It's pretty good for a first coat, honestly. Hello, Tori. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We are showing off some polish pickup offerings coming into May. This is the vending machine themed. Right here is our first coat of 1422s In My Sour Era. It is a magnetic, so you can see that beautiful magnetic line in the middle. It is also a reflective, so let's get that flash out and show those sparkles on our first coat. I love all the little twinkles in there. Super cute. I'm definitely excited to see this one on its second coat because I think that opacity is going to be perfect. I also love that it's a reflective, so again, if you wanted to really nail this, the Sour Patch vibes, you could leave it without top coating so it gets that textured. It gets that little sugary, grainy texture. Here it is velvet in its first coat, and you can see even more of that beautiful purple magnetic shift there. Definitely more opaque in velvet, which always happens. I love that purple magnetic shimmer. It's so pretty. And then again with the flash to show off the reflective sparkles. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's do our second coat so we can set, and then we'll take our peek back at first coats of Cupcake. All right, 1422s in my sour era. Second coat. Again, unmagnetized. Ooh, y'all, it's so juicy. Yes. Heather says, ooh, love that sheen. Isn't it so pretty? All right, stay. And then let's do our second coat for the velvet as well. I can already tell y'all now, I know I'm going to be happy with this in 2 coats. But here it is again. Unmagnetized. You do not have to magnetize every magnetic polish. You don't feel like it, or maybe you just like it as is, or maybe you just struggle with magnetics. You do not have to magnetize a magnetic polish. You do you. All right, let's go back and take our look at the first coats of Breezeberry from Cupcake Polish. This one's description, once again, is a dark blue polish filled with aqua blue magnetic pigment and blue iridescent flakies. It's $13.50 with no cap on this one. Ooh, do y'all see that flaky over there? It's got some larger flakies, which I love. They kind of give me dragon scale vibes without a shiny top coat. It has just a teeny bit of texture, but I think just one coat of a juicy top coat will smooth that out. You can see that beautiful line. Y'all, it's pretty opaque. We love a good one coat magnetic, and I think it's pretty much there. I think a second coat's going to really make that magnetic line shine, but like, it's not bad in one coat. Those flakes just add a little bit of touch of extra to it. They're not super contrasting, so they don't scream at you, but they just add a little extra something. Very fun. Also, have y'all tried Alani's? Are we fans? I hear fantastic things about them. I, as you know, don't drink caffeine, so energy drinks are definitely off the table. But I've always been curious by them, and I know lots of people like them. Here is our first coat of it, Velvet. Again, all that beautiful magnetic pigment just moves to the center, and you can see those flakes dance a little bit more against it. Super, super fun. I'm really happy with the opacity in one coat. If you want a one coat magnetic, y'all, this one's it. You could totally throw on one coat and top coat and be out the door. Super, super fun. All right, let's do our second coats. It would help if I'd open the bottle. Again, this is Cupcake Polish's Breezeberry. All right, second coat. Unmagnetized. Gorgeous. And then pop it down there. Laura says, they taste good, but energy drinks freak me out. I'm afraid my heart will explode. Yeah, I feel that, Laura. I definitely feel that. I'm not on the energy drink train. But again, I'm so sensitive to caffeine. We had sweet tea at lunch yesterday, and in the middle of the night, I was like, why am I still awake? And then I remembered that I had sweet tea. So that's, y'all know, that's my sensitivity. Here it is, again, unmagnetized 2 coats. So shimmery. So that in our velvet zone. All right. Yeah, I can't imagine what I would be like on an energy drink these days. I haven't had an energy drink, oh my gosh, in probably 7 years. Back when we used to do pre-releases at the shop, and we would be there from noon until like 5 a.m. the next day, and then we would have to repeat that for 3 days in a row. It's absolutely miserable, and the only way I got through was Mountain Dew and energy drinks. So all right, we're gonna go back to that 1422s in my sour era. This is Sour Patch inspired. Here's our 2 coats with our bar magnet. I definitely am happy with the opacity of this in 2 coats. Now, if you have a super strong visible nail line or use clear extensions, you might want a third, but for me, I think 2 is still great, especially because it's already on that clear swatch stick. I think 2 on this is superb. You can see that beautiful purple magnetic line. Detour Lacquer says, I like Alani's, but prefer Celsius. Unfortunately, caffeine makes my anxiety a mess. Ooh, I'm with you there. Yes, caffeine definitely makes my anxiety high. So does alcohol, which stinks because you're like anxious about going to an event and then everyone's like, ooh, have a drink and chill out. And I'm like, no, that makes my anxiety skyrocket. Here it is with flash to show that beautiful reflective sparkles off. Laura says, love this. So cute, right? Laura, you need this one. Definitely gonna need this one. I know you're on no buy, but like there can be some excuses, right? There's got to be some reasonings. All right, here is our 2 coats of velvet. Oh my gosh, look at it. Ooh, Laura, imagine it glass bead. Yes. Okay, y'all, the line was pretty, I won't lie, but this it's like a laser beam on there. Like, it just has so much movement. I love a velvet magnetic. Absolutely beautiful. Again, there's no question of opacity, y'all. It is opaque in 2. I have no qualms. It is slightly textured from the reflective glitter, which I still don't know how I feel about reflectives and magnetics, because then you usually have to use glitter smoother. But I will say it doesn't look chunky textured. It just looks a little textured. So I think it may be okay to still get by with just a top coat. I will, of course, let y'all know in my description post when I post swatches how many coats and if I used a glitter grabber or not. But I feel like it's going to be okay with just a shiny top coat. Here it is with flash. Laura says, so glowy. Yeah. This is really, really cool, y'all. Love this one. All right, let me zoom you out and get you a label shot. If I don't stick my swatches together, you know we will, but I try not to. All right, again, this is 1422 Designs in my sour era. You've got your velvet on top and your bar magnet on bottom. It's gonna be $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles. And then we're going to go back to our Cupcake polish. I'm going to zoom you back in a little bit here. So we have Cupcake's Breeze Berry. This is our 2 coats with a bar magnet. Y'all, this is so pretty. Again, it does have those flakies in it, so they're just add a little bit of extra movement to it. They have a little texture, but I think a good glossy top coat layer will take care of that, no problems. It is definitely opaque in 2 coats. It was pretty darn opaque in 1 coat, but definitely opaque in 2. I love that gorgeous aqua line in there. It has a little extra sparkle too. And then our velvet. Here is 2 coats velvet. Absolutely stunning. It gives me mermaid vibes with the little scaly slight texture there. And then that aqua movement. I love this one as well. Again, no doubts in opacity on this one. 2-coater for sure. Could do a 1 coat if you really needed to run out the door, but definitely 2 coats. Whoop. I didn't stick my arm in the swatch, but I did stick my arm to the swatch. All right, here is, oh, let me zoom out so we can fit everything on the screen. This is Cupcake Polish, Breeze Berry, 2 coats. You got velvet on top, bar magnet on bottom. This one's gonna be $13.50 with no cap. And then last but not least, we got our gorgeous, gorgeous Sassy sauce, which is a thermal. So I'm going to get this Glamour gear out of our way. And we're going to grab Sassy, which I do have some hot water sitting ready. So we've got Sassy Sauce's Shortcake Situation. And I'm looking for my paper. Here we go. It is described as a sugary strawberry pink thermal when cold that transitions into a creamy, colorless shade dusted with twinkling micro ghost flakies like the crunchy strawberry shortcake crumbs on that iconic ice cream bar. Tiny sparkles flash and the rainbows and leave a pinky golden shimmer in the background. Very pretty. All right, so we're a strawberry pink cold to a creamy colorless when hot, and we have some really fun irregular shaped flakies in here, which y'all know I love me a big chunky flake. Let's get this on our swatch stick. I love the strawberry shortcake ice creams. We have an ice cream truck that comes through the neighborhood, and we are definitely out there with them kids buying ice cream when they come through. Actually, they came through the other night. I was like, no, I'm gonna be good. I don't remember what we had out for lunch, but we had already like been out, and I was like, we're not gonna have ice cream tonight too, but like I definitely love me one of those ice creams. Here's our first coat. It's pretty opaque. Now, because it goes to a cleary, colorless shade, I do expect to see more of that beautiful shimmer and flakies when it's hot. So obviously we're going to be a little less opaque on when we're hot. But for a one coat on a clear swatch stick, it's pretty opaque. You can see those beautiful ghost flakies shifting and moving around in there. They've got a pinky golden shimmer. Crystal says very pretty. I agree. Also, Crystal, what are you having for dinner tonight? I just realized I didn't ask you that earlier. If y'all didn't know, or maybe you're new here, Crystal tends to have dinner at the same time as my lives, so we're always interested in what she's cooking. Let's do a second coat here of Sassy Sauce's shortcake situation. Y'all, this one is $14 with a cap of $500, by the way. Second coat. She says, we just finished eating tacos. Ooh, tacos sound good. We went out with my aunt and uncle last night and had Mexican last night. And I opted for nachos because I think we had tacos for dinner the night before. But they were still very yummy. So I'm a big fan of tacos. We have tacos probably once a week. And Kevin tries really hard to do it on Taco Tuesday. But sometimes life just lives and we'll be like Taco Thursday. But all right, here we are with our two coats. I am quite happy with the opacity of that. I love the beautiful flakies in this. Laura says, ooh, yum. We had chili. Ooh, that sounds good too. It's been a little warm here for chili, but I feel like today was decent enough to do it. It's supposed to be cool on Saturday, so I'm kind of disappointed. I bought a new dress and we're going to an event. I was like, ooh, I can wear it. And then it's supposed to be like 59 degrees, so I don't think I'll be wearing my dress to the event, but this is super pretty. I love those flakies. I love the gold pink shimmer to it. Again, y'all, this is a thermal, so we are going to dip in our hot water in just a minute. I'm going to let it set for just one more second. I'll give you a cold label shot, and then I'm going to remind you of that caviar that we have too. So this is Sassy Sauce Polish Shortcake Situation. This is two coats, and it's cold state. I will give you a label shot again when it's in transition, but here's cold state. Again, this one is $14, the cap of $500. And don't forget, you can also pick up Sassy Sauce's Cuticle Caviar in the scent Juicy Fruit from Polish Pickup / Indie Pickup. Same site, y'all. Indie is the non-polished items. And this is going to be a 2-ounce jar for $8.50, capped at 40 of these, and y'all, it smells spot on like juicy fruit. You love that iconic bubblegum fruity smell. This is it straight up. It went on amazing. It's smoothed out really good. Y'all, I used it on the back of my hand and it feels so good. I'm excited to play with that some more. Let me get our hot water here so we can dip this gorgeous swatch into it. Crystal says, yum. This was just ground turkey with taco seasoning packet. That is still, you still cook, Crystal. You still put things together and then you ate it and your family ate it and everybody was happy. It still counts. All right, let's dip our swatch stick. Wow. Ooh, she's instant. I love a good quick transition thermal, super reactive. Ooh, I feel like that golden pink shimmer turns a little bit more silver. Was there hollow in this? tiny sparkles flash the rainbow and leave a pink golden shimmer. Okay, so because it says it flashes rainbow, I'm going to call those hollow, y'all. I feel like it's hollow. We'll put flash on this too. Here it is. Yeah, see, because we go to a clear with that shimmer, it's not quite as opaque, but like on a natural nail, I'm still happy with 2 coats personally. Because like my tip is going to be that pink cold color, and then you got the hot here. Hello, LynB. Welcome, welcome. Laura, I call those white people tacos. Just make it, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Laura. There's nothing wrong with a basic taco. They are still delicious. Let me put the flash on this because it says that they flash the rainbow. So it's not specifically called hollow, but I feel like there's hollow shreds in here. Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of hollow. I think it'll come through more with a shiny top coat. But there are some really pretty sparkles happening here. And then, of course, you have that pink gold shimmer. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to dip it one more time to get a nice crisp line there. And then I will give you label shots. All right. Sassy Sauce Polish. Shortcake Situation. This was our gorgeous, gorgeous thermal. This one is $14 with a cap of 500 available. Crystal says, Laura, LOL, pretty much. Prefer going out for them, but every now and then we do this for a quick night. Laura said, oh, for sure. That's all I know how to make. Fantastic, y'all. All right, so that is everything tonight. Let me get your info sheet back in here and this water out of the way before I spill it everywhere. Info sheet, info sheet. Okay, boom. Let me zoom you out because that ain't going to do you any good, is it? All right, here is tonight's info sheet. All right, everything we showed off tonight. Let me get rid of that glare as much as I can. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we showed off 8 gorgeous brands tonight. They each had a polish offering. Glisten and Glow also had their top coat and their remover and cuticle oil duo. And Sassy Sauce had that cuticle caviar as well. So we have a few indie pickup items in here too. Wishlisting starts April 26th. And then the pre-order is May 1st through the 4th. So that's our info sheet if anybody wants to screenshot that. I usually like to put our info sheet and our swatch wheel on at the same time. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that because there's a lot of information tonight. So I'll let y'all screenshot this real quick and then I will bring in that swatch wheel and our individual swatches. Swatch sticks, I guess. Perfect. I'm going to pull this out of the way. So that swatch wheel tonight. Again, if anybody wants to screenshot, we have our 2 coats of Colors to Carols. It's a Diet Coke theme. Sip Happens. And then you've got Ribbit Stickits, 2 coats of Lint Liquor. And Glisten and Glow's Nerd Clusters in 2 coats. Plus our magnetic from LynB Lacquer. You've got your bar magnet on the left, velvet on the right. This is Who You Con a Cootie Queen. I feel like, can I get everything on the screen? We're gonna try real hard, y'all. Real hard. All right. Then we have LynB's Cookie Crumbs. Velvet on the left, bar magnet on the right. Again, everything is 2 coats. For anyone just joining in. 1422s in my sour era. Velvet on the left, bar magnet on the right. Y'all, the glow on this is so good. Cupcake polish. It's a berry. I forgot it is. Breezeberry. 2 coats velvet on the left. Bar magnet on the right. Laura says, LynB reminds me of Wonka for some reason. Because it's a chocolatey brown. And then it's got that purpley pink vibe to it. So I see it. I totally get where you're getting that from, Laura. It does remind me of his coat. He had that brown kind of suede coat. And then he had like a purpley, florally bow tie and like top under it. So I totally feel that. Yeah, I see where you're getting that from, Laura. And then last, but certainly not least, hey, get over there. Let me dip it real quick. We have that thermal from Sassy, our Shortcake Situation. Jen said, sorry I was so quiet, not feeling so hot tonight. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jen. I hope you feel better. All right, I'm gonna try and zoom in and keep everything in screen. Okay, boom. That is everything I showed off tonight. We had 4 magnetics, a thermal, and 3 swatch wheel worthy polishes. There's so much, y'all. So good. There's just, oh, that's why I couldn't put my finger on it. Yeah, no, I think you're totally spot on. Hey, y'all, remember how I said Charter was going to come out soon? They're here. So I'm going to flip you around. I hope you screenshotted this. I'm going to give you another couple seconds. I'm going to flip you around. We're going to chat for just a minute, and then I'm going to pop off before I lose internet, because you know they're going to cut me off. And the phone that I use for this does not have its own phone plan. I literally only use it for lives, y'all. Christy says, missed the whole thing because I'm at work on the unexpected double. These are so pretty. Glad I made it back in time to see. Jen says she has an UTI. Oh man, Jen, that's the worst. I am so sorry. Make sure you stay hydrated and stay comfortable, and I hope that you feel better soon. Chris says, oh no, UTIs are awful. Feel better. They're so bad. They're awful. Any one here, you know what we're talking about. They're terrible. Hello, Awkward and Polished. We are just wrapping up. I just showed off 8 gorgeous polishes and a few non-polished items coming to Polish Pickup in May. So definitely try and watch the replay here or over on YouTube, which, y'all, I found a way faster way to get uploaded to YouTube, so it takes me way less time as long as my internet doesn't drop. So if they cut me off and I don't have internet for a little bit, it might take me a minute to get uploaded, but we're going to get it there. So please watch the replay here or over on YouTube. Y'all, I'm almost at 300 subscribers on YouTube, which is still like mind-blowing to me that people want to watch these. So thank you for hanging out and wanting to watch this stuff. Crystal says, feel better, Jen. Jen says, thank you. Yes, Jen, please feel better. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your night. I do have quite a few lives coming up. So with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye.